YouTube. It's your boy, yo. What's up? A true winner, 6 p.m. Back again with some college basketball for Saturday. Huge slate. You already know how we do it. And we're going to hit the lemon squeeze feature. If you're new to my channel, the lemon squeeze feature is where we run through every game as quickly as possible. We're giving as much information as possible. But we're going to hit the lemon squeeze feature on Saturday, February 3rd. Great day today. Let's make a. Hey, we about to be rich today. We about to read. This is a day to get rich. I usually don't say this. I usually don't do this, but this is a day to get rich. We're gonna cook up 5 teams, 5, maybe even 4. That's just absolutely foolproof. Can't miss it, and we're gonna lock it up. Without further ado, these games starting off pretty soon. We're gonna kick it out with the Big Ten, Patriot League, A10. We got Indiana at Penn State. Boring game. Boring game. Give me the under in this game. I don't know why it's set at 150. Like these dudes are just lighting up the scoreboard. Look at what we've been seeing from the last 5 games, at least from Indiana. Under, and 2 went over. With Purdue and Wisconsin, the 2 top teams in the conference who can score that much. Penn State can't score that much, like the 2 top teams. 2 out of the last 5 games went under for them. And look at the same games that's went over. Wisconsin, Purdue, and even Minnesota. I don't see where we're getting the over at in this game. You know what I'm saying? You went under with Michigan. I mean, they're kind of a good over team throughout the year for sure. They've been a good over team for sure. But not today. Indiana slows down the pace. We know what type of tempo they play with. This is going to be in the 60s. 67 or 80 at the most. If that's what I'm saying, like at the most. It's probably going to not be even that 71, 74 to 68 type of game. Give me Indiana in the under, and I like Indiana on the money line as well. Next up, Navy at Colgate. Short, sweet, and simple. Look what Colgate have been doing to show us why they're getting 11 points. Laying 8 points against Loyola Maryland, lost by 4. Lost by fucking 12 to Lehigh. Lost by 8 to Bucknell. Play Lehigh at the crib, won. Lafayette smacked you by 16. And you played Colgate, and it's over. It went way over 132. It was in the 150s, and you still lost by 8. Give me the over on Colgate and Navy as the strongest play in that one. As you see, it's already going up. This is already at 137, so get that over before it hits 140. It's a lock. GMU, George Mason at UMass. And UMass is so ass that we've been saying that for years. But not this year, though. I ain't going to even lie to y'all. This is one of the best years I've seen them have personally. Against the spread, out of 20 games, they're 14-6. That's pretty damn good. Conference, they are 7th place in the conference. And GMU is currently 6th or 5th. Yeah, 5th place. 5th place. Man, this is a rough one for me. You know I love George Mason, but they are not in the best form as of late. As you can see, they've lost their last fucking 4 out of their last 6. So they're 2-4 in the last 6. Only able to beat St. Bonnie's in Rhode Island. St. Bonnie's was a good win. We were on George Mason in that one. But when they go on the road, it's like an automatic fade. Richmond beat them by 7. George Washington, G-Dub, beat them by 13. And St. Joe's beat them by 2 on the road. Only road win in conference play is against LaSalle. LaSalle by 15. UMass is looking much more at home, at least. They've lost only by 1 point to St. Joe's. 1 point. Beat G-Dub. beat LaSalle, beat Duquesne, all in conference play. They're 3-1 on at their home floor in conference play, and their last one that they lost was by 1 point. So almost 4-0 at home in conference play. On the road, they even lost by 1 point to Loyola, Illinois. Beat a St. Louis team whose ass we were on UMass in that one. I'm on UMass again, man. 9-2 at the crib, 9 games they won out of 11. GMU is pretty good on the road. They about 50-50, a little bit under 50-50. But I just can't trust them on the road. This is a completely different team when they hit the road. Until they show me signs of life, I got to go with UMass. UMass on the money line. St. Joe's at LaSalle. St. Joe's at LaSalle. And I think these two played already. Yeah, they played already with 82-62. Shitting on them boys. They did get under the total of 150. Let me see what they got it at now. 148. Still high 140s, but it's about right on the number because a couple more shots are gonna fall this game. St. Joe's coming this one 2-5 on the road, 6th in the conference, coming off that huge win against GMU at their house. Last game on the road for them, St. Bonnie's, was a loss by damn near 20, and they beat UMass. Before they beat LaSalle, they lost to Illinois and lost to St. Louis on the road and lost to Rhode Island on the road. Before the St. Joseph's loss, they lost to VCU at home. And the game after that, they lost to Dayton at home, beat GW on the road, and then lost to Rhode Island on the road as well. At home against GMU, lost by 15, lost to VCU, lost to Dayton. 0-3 are the LaSalle. What are they? The Explorers? The fucking Explorers. They are 0-3 at their crib in conference play. Why would I take them? You know what I'm saying? Give me St. Joe's on the money line. Don't overcomplicate this shit, man. Why would we take LaSalle? You know what I'm saying? Because of revenge angle. Everybody wants to use that. This is not one of them teams that's going to capitalize off a revenge angle. You know what I'm saying? I can guarantee you that. They just got their ass beat by 22. No, I done seen some crazy shit. I done seen a team get beat by 35 on the road, and then when they return home against the same team, they win by 20. I done seen that before. That's college basketball for you, but LaSalle would not do that. Next up, Virginia Tech at Miami, Florida. Virginia Tech at Miami, Florida. Hunter Couture, Padula versus Wooga Poplar. All them boys over there on Miami. As you can see, Miami's what they've been doing. They're 7th in the conference. Since January 3rd, they've went over, under. Pretty much unders, you know what I'm saying? For a high-scoring Miami team, they're still pricing them like the team from last year. They're still pricing these boys like the team from last year. As you can see, Virginia Tech did lose to these boys on January 13th. But it was a very close game, and it went under the total. Super under the total. They got this set at 152. I'm going to go back to the under. It's going to be more defense played. It's going to be more defense played in this game. As you can see, Matthew Cleveland, Wooga Poplar and them boys. Cleveland had 21. Nigel Pack, that boy instantly, 19. Virginia Tech, what did they do? Sam Padula, Sean Padula, Lynn Kidd. That's pretty much the only thing they had for them was Sean Padula hitting a bunch of shots. I'm not going to depend on one or two people to beat this team. Give me Miami. Even though they haven't really looked the best, this is a ninth place Virginia Tech team. They haven't really looked even better either. After that North Carolina State win, that was a pretty good win. That Boston College game, we faded them. We did fade Boston College. We did fade them, and we got cashed in. But this Georgia Tech win was a big one for them boys. Kept it close with Duke. I'm just not feeling what they're doing though. Start off the year they lost, and then you know what I'm saying, to end the month off they lost. So I'm just not looking at Virginia Tech right now until they return home. Give me Miami at the crib and the under. I like that under. It's not gonna be more points. It's gonna be more defense the second time around. Merge. I bet. UConn at St. John's. Now this is a good game right here, y'all. St. John's is way better than their record indicates. They are 12-8, but man, I'm trying to back up this St. John's team, but look at what they've been doing since January 2nd. Started off 3-0. Since then, they've lost 4 out of their last 5. They 1-4 in their last 5. Only beating Villanova. Lost to Marquette by 1 point at their crib. Oh man. Look at what UConn did to them last time. It's very under the total. They still have this set up high, 147. Like it's not gonna go under. Like this isn't a defensive game. Give me the under again. This is a game that's gonna be. This is the number 1 team in the world in the college basketball at the moment. You don't think their defense is fucking solid? You know what I'm saying? How are they the number 1 team if they have no defense? This is gonna be a low scoring game. They're gonna wake up for this game in St. John's. They want to beat these boys. They almost did last time. It was a close game, but give me my boys UConn to get the dub again and the under. I like the under more than anything in that game. Next up, Arkansas at LSU. And we gonna take LSU short, sweet, and simple. LSU on the money line. Next up, Duquesne at Rhode Island. And this is a game I was looking at earlier. This is a crazy game. Look at this shit, y'all. Duquesne is 8-0 to the under in conference play. They're 8-0. 8 games in a fucking row. They all gone under. Every game since January started. And then look at this side. Only 2 games has went under since fucking December 21st. Since before Christmas. Only 2 games has went under. Over. You know what I'm saying? Like, 2 opposite teams in this one. I gotta go with the fucking Rhode Island Rams in this one at home. I'm not fooled by this Duquesne. I'm not in love with this Duquesne team. They haven't showed me much. I like the over, and I like Rhode Island to get the job done, man. At home, as an underdog. Give me the points with Rhode Island. I believe they cover that. This has already gone down to 4.5 for Rhode Island instead of 5.5. So get your points quick, man. That shit's already switching. South Carolina at Georgia. Give me South Carolina to get the fucking W. I know Georgia beat them earlier this year, but this is a team that has a revenge angle and can use it. They've beaten this damn Arkansas, Missouri team, lost to Tennessee by 6, lost to fucking Kentucky by 9, and they lost to Florida and Alabama. South Carolina, they were down. They were leading at the half. And then Georgia went on that second half run to come up with the big upset. I think South Carolina returns a favor. After beating this Tennessee team on the road. You know what I'm saying? They've showed me exactly who they are. Like, man, I believe in this team. They slept on them last week. If y'all watch my video, we were on South Carolina plus the 14, plus the 13.5. Easy money right here, South Carolina. Money line. South Carolina money line. Lehigh at Boston U. And I'm going with Boston U in this one. Lehigh is 3-9 on the road versus Boston U. This is just a home court advantage type of game. Even at home, they've been ass. Lost by 10. Lost by fucking 16. 4 out of the last 5 games have gone under. They played Lehigh this year, and it was not this year, actually. They haven't played these boys yet. Yeah, Lehigh is not pretty much an under team, though. Only 2 games since January 3rd has gone over the total. Pretty much all unders. I wouldn't put it past them. And it's still set at 136, 137. A lot of these niggas' games have gone under as well. Under 5. 5 and 4 to the under since January 3rd. Give me the under in this game. It's a boring, miserable game. Lehigh is probably the better team, but when they're on, you know what I'm saying? When they're at home, that's when we like to ride Lehigh. On the road, they even kept it close with Colgate. Lehigh is the better team here, but I gotta side with an upset, an unpopular opinion. Boston U at the crib. But the under is the strongest play in that one. Next up, we got Wichita State at Memphis. And I like the over in this game. As you see, the Memphis got into the one. But this was a weird game, though. They went 65% from the floor. Full game. I remember this game like it was yesterday. I had David Jones to get his rebounds. And they went 65% from the floor. David Jones had 1 rebound. 1 as a center because they didn't miss. They just didn't miss. Everything's going in. Javon Quinterly, 9 for 15. Walton, 8 for 12. David Jones, 7 for 15. 5 out of 6, 4 out of 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even on the other side, too, they were pretty much efficient as fuck. 50% from the field. 55% from the fucking field. And look at Memphis. So y'all know I'm not talking shit. 63% from the 3. 65% from the fucking field. You not having that game every game. You know what I'm saying? That's a rare game. I do know that's a rare game, but I still like the over in this one. As you can see, they're getting into the 88 to 90s, 79, 81. They're getting up to 101, 107. It's nothing new. They've been doing this shit since the beginning of the season. 92, 94 to 75, 94. You know what I'm saying? VCU slow pace ass even went to 160s with them. Give me the over in this game. But I like to fade these boys now. I'm going to take Wichita plus a 10, the revenge angle. Wichita is miserable as fuck. They only won 1 game in conference play against SMU. Pretty much no signs of life from this team. All losses. You know what I'm saying? Terrible. But I do like the over in this game. As you can see, they went over with FAU, over with Memphis, over with SMU. They even went over with North Texas, the slowest paced team in the world. Give me the over as the strongest play in this one. Wichita plus 10. Ball State at Western Michigan. Look at Ball State coming in this one. Give me Ball State as the underdog. Money line. RMU at Detroit Mercy. 0-23. They're 0-23. They're on a 23-game losing streak. They have yet to win a game. They have as many D1 wins as me and you. RMU will get the victory. I'm not going to keep, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to overcomplicate it. Give me RMU on the money line. Cleveland State at Oakland. And I'm going with Oakland in this one. Cleveland State on the road. They only beat Detroit Mercy. Lost to Green Bay by 8. Lost to Milwaukee by 8. Lost to Wright State by 12. And they only beat Iwipui. Beat this Oakland team earlier in the year, right before conference play. And I think Oakland returns a favor at the crib. Oakland, they last 4 or 5 games. Beat RMU by 15. They lost to Wisconsin as well. Wisconsin, Green Bay. Beat Milwaukee in overtime. Beat Youngstown State, who is damn near better than them for sure, better than Cleveland State. And you see this revenge angle is true with this team. They beat Wisconsin, Green Bay at home, but lost on the road. I think the same thing happens here. Beat Milwaukee twice, but you see on the second one they went to overtime, it was a more tough game. The same thing's gonna happen here. Give me my boys Oakland to get the outright victory. We're not taking an upset right there. Where them boys at? Give me Ball State. Give me Oakland. Give me the over in Memphis. Yep. Grambling, Jackson State. And Jackson State burned us, man. They shouldn't have lost that game. There's no way you lose this game against Bethune-Cookman. There's no way you lose this game. I'm sorry. There's no way you lose it. There's no way you lose it. Even though you're on the road, Bethune-Cookman is fucking terrible. Then you go out there and lose outright to FAMU the next game after that. Yeah, you're getting faded. I'm sorry. You're getting faded. They've only been able to beat Texas Southern, Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Alcorn, and that's about it. Grambling coming this one, 20% hitting on the road, 20% hit rate throughout the year. They're 2-8. But in conference play, they've been stepping the shit up a bunch. The Arkansas Pine Bluff is a head scratcher loss. Had to scratch my head. Southern, that was a big win right there. Damn near dubbed them boys. Bethune-Cookman shitted on them. FAMU shitted on them at their crib, what you supposed to do. Texas Southern only beat them by 2 at home. Prairie View couldn't hang. Give me my boys Grambling State to get the outright upset. Give me the outright upset with Grambling. I'm not no fucking fool. Jackson State is fucking ass. Don't let that record fool you. Pretty much a coin flip game. Give me VMI at Mercer. Give me my boys Mercer. They're laying 13. These boys in VMI are 0-10. They had 10 tries to get a W and lost every single time. And they're only covering at a 30% rate, 30% cover clip. No, not going. So 5-5 is Mercer at home. And in conference play, they've been pretty alright. You know what I'm saying? They've only lost to the good teams pretty much. Citadel was pretty much a pick 'em 2-point spread, and ETSU, they lost those 2 coin flip games. They do have a win over UNC Greensboro. But yeah, pretty much all the better teams and shit is beating them. Shit, every team is damn near better than them except for fucking VMI. This is what I'm talking about. VMI got their ass handed to them by damn near 20. I think the same thing happens again. Mercer gets a feel right spot right here. Feel good game for Mercer. Give me Mercer to lay the number. Next up, we got Wagner at Stonehill. Stonehill should not be a Division One team. They're 2-21 for a reason. Give me Wagner at home. I mean, on the road. Give me Wagner on the road. Next up, SIU Carbondale versus Illinois Chicago. The Salukis versus the Flames. Man, you know I love my Illinois teams. I know these the motherfuckers like the back of my hand. UIC will get up for this game. They couldn't get up for Evansville though, so I'm gonna have to go with SIU in this one. But this will be a close game. As you can see, the first game was only 60-50, very low scoring, very low scoring. Yeah, give me them boys. Give me SIU Carbondale. But you see, in the first half, it was 30-32. It's very competitive. This might be a revenge angle for UIC, but I just think they're not talented enough. Honestly, they're not. Honestly, they're not talented enough. That's the only reason I have to go with SIU. I have to. UIC, they're not really fucking with anybody in the conference. You know what I'm saying? Except Valpo. This is who you're trying to back if you're thinking they're gonna win. They're 1-8 or some shit, 1-7 in conference play. Terrible team. Give me my boy SIU to get the job done again. Where them boys at? Hell yeah, SIU down, boy. My boys really, I'm telling you, them Salukis really like that. Murray State at Northern Iowa. Give me Northern Iowa, man. I'm not no goofy. Murray State, we faded them last game against SIU, and SIU shitted on them. And we faded them the next game against Illinois State. Illinois State got the outright fucking victory. I just took them +7. Man. We know what the fuck going on. UNI is way better than this team. This is the team that took UNC a fucking scare. They made these boys work for their money that game. UNC, UNI, I'm telling you, UNC was down at halftime before they had that big second half. They beat Stanford, lost to Texas Tech only by 2. Almost beat Evansville. And beat Murray State already by 10. 10-point game at their crib. So when you come on to your home court now, where you play your best basketball, where you beat Evansville, they're finna beat them by more than 10. You know what I'm saying? Give me my boys UNI to lay the 6. Missouri State coming off the overtime victory against these boys in SIU, and a Drake overtime win before that. Lost to Illinois State at home before that. Lost to Murray State at home. They're kind of inconsistent. This has been one of the more difficult teams to read in the Missouri Valley. Belmont is coming in this one. They're 3-7 on the road, hitting at 30% on the year on the road. On the road, lost to Indiana State, lost to Indiana State at their house, lost to Bradley, lost to Illinois State, lost to Bradley pretty bad too. SIU on the road, loss. But when they're at home, though, Belmont is a different team. Give me Missouri State on the money line at home. Belmont is a different team on the road. They're 30% at money line on the road this whole year. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. 70% chance they lose. East Carolina at Charlotte. Let me say that one more time. ECU at Charlotte. And we're going with Charlotte in this one. I've been fading my boy Charlotte after they fucked me over. And it hasn't been good for me. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, they're on a massive fucking win streak. After this fucking Stetson game, man. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. If they would have won this game, I would have had 1,800. Only fucking team to lose that day was Charlotte, and we faded them ever since. The next game went perfect, and then I faded them the next 3 games. And no, I'm pretty sure I didn't fade them against UTSA, but I know I fucking faded them against North Texas and Tulane. Last game against Tulane. And they keep getting the job done somehow. They keep just finding ways to win. I was on Charlotte earlier in the year for a reason. I know how good Charlotte is. Man, it was just more of that damn burn that they burnt me with that made me start fading them. As you can see, this team in conference only has 4 wins. I think 5 losses. But they've beaten up on some decent teams. Only beat Wichita by 2. Temple and Tulsa. They're not hanging with nobody else in the conference. Give me Charlotte to win on the money line. Next up, Bradley at Illinois State. And they're disrespecting my boys again. Illinois State. Bradley is the number 3 in the conference. I know this. And they're on a fucking heater to start off the year. Look at this massive win streak. Since December 18th, they lost by 2. Damn near 1. And since then, they've won and only lost 1. Pretty much hella overs. They've only went under with Murray State, who can't score, and UIC, who can't score, and Evansville, who can't score. Shitting on Missouri State, shitting on Valpo, shitting on Belmont, shitting on these boys, UNI. These boys are scary, you know what I'm saying? Illinois State on the other side, when they play these dudes, they pretty much lose, you know what I'm saying? UNI is not on a crumb. I mean, not UNI. Fucking Illinois State is not on a crumb when it comes to these big games, the bigger schools. Yeah, they could beat Murray State. They beat Belmont at home. But when it comes to the Drakes, the fucking SIUs, like Norfolk States, like teams of that caliber, even back then they beat up on the Murray State team at home. They lost to St. Louis. I remember this game. We were on Illinois State. I just don't think Illinois State is ready for this type of caliber of a team. Give me Bradley to win the game on the money line. Longwood at College Charleston Southern. Give me Longwood. Charleston Southern is ass. They're gonna continue to be ass. They're gonna continue to be under 500 for the next probably 3 seasons. It's looking down for them, the Buccaneers. Give me Longwood. Give me Northwestern at Minnesota as well. Give me Northwestern. I'm not falling for this Minnesota bullshit no more. They started off the fucking year hot as fuck. Non-conference was so good, and then they just absolutely took a shit on themselves after beating Maryland by 3 and Michigan by 2. They just, all right, we could go back to who we are. Give me Northwestern, man. I'm not fucking fooled. You think I'm fooled? And Bradley beat these boys by 18 or 19 last time they fucking won. Northwestern on the money line. Charleston at William and Mary. The fucking Tribe. This niggas, hey, they ass is decent though, but they ass is not gonna be College of Charleston. Give me College of Charleston. First half money line. First half. Get them out the way. Virginia at Clemson. Clemson is the fucking favorites by 5 points. Virginia is the 4.5 point underdog. Last time these two teams met off, it was last year. See, they beat Texas, TCU on a neutral venue, beat South Carolina, lost to Memphis, lost to Miami, lost to VT, lost to Georgia Tech, and Duke by 1 when they were up in that game. He's third in the conference right now. Louisville They lost to Notre Dame on the road. That's the difference, I think, in this game is the road environment for Virginia. Give me Clemson on the money line. Everybody's gonna be on Virginia in this one. The better record, better last five, last 10. But I'm not falling for it. Give me Clemson. They're fucking favorite for a reason. When these type of Virginia teams go on the road, when they're a slow paced team like that, and they're trying to dictate the pace on the road, it's not gonna work. Give me my boys in Clemson to light their ass up like a firework. Notre Dame lit their ass up, and they're terrible. They're way worse than fucking Clemson. Give me Texas at TCU as well. I love Texas as an underdog. Texas is like one of those damn OKC type of teams. When they're the underdog, they're gonna fucking cover. And you can see it's underdogs covered. Underdogs covered. I think they were getting 7.5. Lost by 12. Pretty bad beat, I should say. Every game is damn near gone over. All overs except for Oklahoma. They did lose to Virginia. West Virginia lost to UCF. Beat Baylor at home. You know what I'm saying? TCU coming to this one. Jameer Nelson and co. They got some motherfuckers, man. They got that boy Miller, Emmanuel. They got some players, man, on TCU. Beat Baylor as well in overtime. Pretty much a lot of overs as well. They went over with this Oklahoma team. Houston, you're not going to go over. They're under team. And Oklahoma State as well is an under team. Pretty much all overs. I got the over in this game is more than anything. That's why the total set so high. Give me the over. And I like the damn Texas to cover the spread. They might probably get this on the money line. Texas to cover 4.5 points. Give me Kansas State on the road as well. And I love the under in this game. Too slow scoring. I mean, K-State is pretty much a better team than them, but they could go under the well. Like, I've seen Kansas State go very low scoring games some days. Give me the under and give me Kansas State to win the game. Next up, we got Winthrop at UNC Asheville, a.k.a. Cashville. This is a Cashville for us. Give me UNC Cashville at home to get the job done. Delaware at Monmouth. I love that damn team, Monmouth. They're pretty good, but they are hitting at a 10% clip on the road. Every damn road game has been a loss pretty much except one. And that one came all the way down back in the earlier the year against West Virginia. And that's what set me to fade West Virginia. This shit is how I lose, y'all. This shit is crazy. This was the only team off for that day as well to start off the year. This was like the second game of the year. If fucking West Virginia would have won this game, man, 1,200 was on the line. But, hey, it happens. College basketball. You can't make shit up like that. Since conference play, what have they done? They beaten up Towson, Northeastern, Hampton. Got a good Drexel win after losing to them. But what Delaware has been doing at the house, lost to Towson, beat NCAT by 20, beat the William and Mary tribe by damn near 30, and they beat Stony Brook at home by 3. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it very competitive. Beat Hampton by 30. Almost beat Princeton before the damn start of the new year. Give me Delaware at home. They're laying 7. I don't think they win by 7 at all. But they will win the game. Money line. Monmouth is not the same team on the road. They're 1-9, hitting at a 10% clip on the money line. 90% chance for them to lose here today. Marquette at Georgetown. And we're going to go with my boys, Marquette. Georgetown is ass. We're not fooled by anything they're doing. The last 5 games have all been losses. When they played Marquette, they lost by 30. And it doesn't get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to help because you're not going to get any revenge. You're not going to get revenge on Marquette. Marquette's feeling themselves, coming in this one, beating Villanova, beating DePaul, beating these boys bad too, beating Seton Hall, beat St. John's, beat Villanova twice. I know you could beat Georgetown twice, and by a hefty margin as well. They dropped the spread. Like, this Georgetown team's got better or something since they played. Give me the big points with these Marquette boys. I don't get the spread. That's a lock. Give me Marquette to lay the big number. They won by 30. Lemoyne at fucking Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart is terrible, but Lemoyne is also very terrible. They will not be a Division One team for the next 10 years. Give me Sacred Heart on the money line. Miami of Ohio. Ohio. Give me Ohio at the crib. They land 8 points though. I got Miami, Ohio to cover the 8. Miami, but Ohio to win on the money line. Miami, Ohio will cover that spread. That's disrespectful. See, we got Marquette at 13 on my book. That shit is not going to be at 11 before, you know what I'm saying, before tip off. So it's already up to 12 and a half. Take them boys before it gets up to 15, 14. Miami of Ohio to cover the 8.5. That's a damn lock. Clemson on the money line. Lock. Now we got Binghamton, Vermont. Give me Vermont. Binghamton's ass. They're the worst team in the world. In this conference, look at Binghamton. They 6th in the East, American East, but look at the small schedule they play. They only beating up on weak ass teams the whole year. When you play a good team like New Hampshire, UMass, Vermont, you getting your ass shitted on. It went over the spread last game, and I think we get over the spread again. Vermont is laying 16 again. They beat them by 20 exactly. 82 to 62, 144. And the spread dropped. Like, what was the point of them dropping the spread? They just went over 140. They got to 141 with NJIT, who's very inconsistent. This Maine game is predictable. Who don't know Maine? It's not a high-scoring team. And 155 and 152 is too high for a team like that. Give me the over in this game again. I think the over is the best play. And I will lay the points with Vermont. I think they win by 30 this time. They beat you by 20 at your house. Now, when they go to their house, they're going to beat you by damn near 30. Sam Houston State. Yeah, give me them boys real quick. Give me them boys real quick. Damn, I can't find them right now. Hold on. Sam Houston. Coming to this one, land points as the fucking favorite. I'm not stupid. Give me FIU at the crib, and I hate FIU. I am not gonna lie to you. I hate FIU. This Sam Houston team has been pulling off fucking hat tricks. I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? They beat Western Kentucky, but they should have lost to UTEP. Let's start there. They should have lost to UTEP. They beat Western Kentucky twice this year, and then they beat Louisiana Tech. That was the damn. That's what started it all. Before that, as you could see, this team was ass. And then look at the Grambling. I mean, look at the yeah, look at the ULM game and the Texas State game. This is what made me. This is what keep playing in my back of my head when I hear Sam Houston State. Sam Houston was up 10 at halftime, 33-23, and got outpaced 50-27 by Texas State. That plays in the back of my head every time I hear the Sam Houston team. I just can't, you know what I'm saying, confidently say I'm gonna take Sam Houston today. Ever since that game, FIU's coming in this one pretty asshole. Always lost by 40. Lost to Middle Tennessee by 18. Only beat UTEP by 4 and New Mexico State. Lost to Utah Tech as well. Man, it sucks to say it, but I got to go with FIU in this one. I just can't get behind Sam Houston. Even though they are the better team, they should win the game. Should. But I'm not going to bet on it. Give me FIU to get the home win. Fordham at St. Louis. And St. Louis shouldn't be favored against anybody. Give me Fordham to get the outright upset. Next up, we got App State. And if y'all don't believe me, go watch St. Louis games. They miss so much smoke. They smoke so much layups. I know they fucking lungs is hurting how many layups they smoke. I done watched them plenty of times this year. It's the same bullshit with St. Louis. They can't get right. That's what their team is. This Mr. Can't Get Right. It's St. Louis. They can't get right. They just can't. Give me Fordham to get that outright upset. Next up, we got App State at Georgia Southern, and we faded Georgia Southern last game like usual against Troy. And look what the fuck happened. A 20-point thrallop. They lost. Last time they played App State, they got their ass handed to them by 10. They did not cover the spread, but it went over the total of 143. It went over that total of 143. It went over that total. You know what I'm saying? And they're a pretty good over team as App State. They could score that basketball. They beat JMU twice. You know what I'm saying? Beat Georgia Southern. Beat Georgia State twice. And Coastal Carolina twice by huge margins. I have no problem laying big spread against Georgia Southern, who was 0-12 at one point. Give me the big number. Give me the huge number. Give me the huge number with these boys in Appalachian State. They're going to win the game by 20. Bryant at Maine. Let's look at what they've been doing. They went over the total with UMBC, under with Vermont. Binghamton, under. They've beaten up on these teams in the conference, but they only beaten up on one good team, which is New Hampshire. The rest of these teams are ass. When you play a good team like Vermont, you lose. They do have that FAU win, and they also have a Boston University loss by 16. That's the tail of the take for this team. Man, I just don't think Maine is good enough to win the game, but I like the under in this game. Give me the under. Maine is a good under team. UMass Lowell didn't go over the spread. I don't think Bryant will. Give me an under and Bryant to win the game. Central Connecticut at Merrimack. Give me Central Connecticut. Why is Merrimack the favorite? I get it. They're 7-1 at home, but Merrimack 7-5 on the road, winning record, and they're the better team, and they're the better in conference team. Give me Coastal Carolina. I mean, fuck. Why I keep wanting to say Coastal? This is the first place team. They did lose to Lemoyne weak ass, but man, when they played Merrimack earlier, it was a 5-point win, and it went over the total. And it's pretty much the same total. Give me the over. That's the best play in this one is the over and Merrimack to lose outright. Give me the +4 with Central Connecticut. ULM at Arkansas State. Give me Arkansas State on the money line, first half. Bethune-Cookman at Alabama State. Give me Alabama State money line, first half or a full game. I might lay the points with Alabama State. I'll lay the points. Bethune-Cookman is terrible. Utah State, great Asobor, 17 in the fucking nation, and they're still pricing San Diego State like they're that good. They are 10-0 at the career. They are. But when you're such a fucking night and day team like this, where you just absolutely struggle on the road and you're just, you know what I'm saying? You barely beat this boy by fucking 3 points, laying 10 points. You couldn't beat Colorado State or Boise or University of New Mexico. You did beat the Gonzaga team by 10. That was the best road win of the whole season. Nearly lost to UC San Diego on the road. When you go home, you're 10-0. You're the best team ever. That shit is not going to keep holding up. You know what I'm saying? Because these boys could go on the road and win in overtime against Boise. They went and failed against New Mexico, but hey, that's New Mexico. UNLV came and get in there and got the job done. Air Force, they went in there and got the job done. Santa Clara, who's better than these goofies at San Diego State, went in there and got the fucking job done. Akron, who's better than San Diego in my opinion, went in there and got the job done. Give me my boys Utah State. They should not be laying 5. Maybe even 3 points is cool if San Diego's favored by 3. But not 5. That's absolutely disrespectful. Give me Utah State. Nobody's injured. Give me Utah State. It's a lock. +5 is a lock. I think they win outright. Missouri at Vanderbilt. And short, sweet, and simple, give me Vanderbilt. This is a home crowd advantage. I'm not going with Missouri. Missouri is that bad. And Vanderbilt's that bad. But when you got two of those type of teams that's just that bad, neither one is good. I'm gonna go with the home underdog. You know what I'm saying? It's just why not? Home crowd advantage kicks in at the end of the game. Give me Vanderbilt. Oklahoma at UCF, and there's only laying 2 points. I'm not gonna fade Oklahoma anymore. My boys have showed me. I've been on them since the start of the year, but I tried to fade them in a couple spots. Didn't do me good last game. UCF had a big win against Baylor. I mean, not Baylor. Fuck. They got a big win against Texas and Kansas. That's what I meant to say. Kansas. They got that big Kansas win. Ever since then, win 1, lose 1. Win 1, lose 2. I think this is where they go on a drought. Give me Oklahoma to lay the 2 points. Houston at Kansas. This is a big game. Houston is coming in this joint as the fucking favorite. One of the leading scorers for Kansas is hurt. Let's look at the injury report right now. Yeah, McCullough. This boy Kevin McCullough, man. He's probable, but his knee, you know what I'm saying? He still might be banged up. Yes, they have enough depth, I think, to get the job done still. But it's you know what I'm saying? You want to be at full strength against the number 4 team in the nation. The 2 losses were on the road for these boys by 4 and 1 point. Man, they've only lost twice the whole year. when I see these teams like this in conference, pretty much a low scoring team. Give me my boys Kansas to get the job done at home. I like them even more because they got an injury. Everybody's going to be on Houston. Give me Kansas to get the outright upset at home. This is not a sweet environment to play in. It's not sweet. I don't care if Kevin McCullough's hurt or not. It's not sweet with Kansas. Give me Kansas. Next up, Florida at Texas A&M. Ooh, I like the over in this game. Florida is always a great over team. 15-6. I don't know why they're underdogs. They are the 7th in the conference, though. You see, they came in on the road, lost to these boys, Tennessee, lost to Ole Miss. Last road game, though, against Kentucky. Florida did go to OT and win. They did go to OT and win. I like the under in this game, though, just because it's Texas A&M. Pretty much defensive sound team, slower paced team, and they're at home. I like the under in this game more than anything. Auburn, as me and you both know, Auburn could score with the best of them. And this was a 55-66 game. This is what I'm expecting from this type of game today. Not maybe that low, but at least 70-70. It's not going to be in the 150s. Give me my boys Florida to get the win, and I like the under. I think Florida could pull off an upset. Bucknell at American. Americans laying 5. Give me American. Money line, American. Delaware State at Norfolk State. Norfolk's 8-0 at home. Delaware State's 3-6 on the road. Yeah, they're playing pretty good. They only lost to damn Tennessee and I think North Carolina Central. Delaware State, on the other hand, they're losing. They're taking UMass to overtime. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm pretty much going to leave that. And they only beat Coppin State by 2 points. Did Delaware State. Give me Norfolk State. I'll lay 10 points. Coppin State at North Carolina Central. Give me North Carolina Central to lay the big number. 0-12 on the road. 2-17. Give me North Carolina Central to lay the big spread. Texas A&M Commerce. My boys Commerce right there, boy. That's them Commerce boys. Give me Commerce to win the game outright. They keep disrespecting them. Give me Morgan State to lose the game as well against South Carolina State. Give me South Carolina State at home. We were on them last game as well. Give me South Carolina State at home, money line. Next up, Houston Christian at Nichols. And give me Nichols at home. Nichols should not be playing around with these type of teams anymore. They're only won one game out of 11 tries. Give me Nichols at home, 5-1. Southern at Alcorn. Now this is a good game because Alcorn, we've been taking these boys the last 3 games. Faded them against Prairie View. We faded Prairie View, faded FAMU, and faded Bethune-Cookman. 3-game winning streak when we picked these boys last 3 games. They only lost to the top team by 2. And they lost to Texas Southern by fucking 9. Or what is that, 11? Come on, man. They did lose to GW by 4. That's a very good game. Yeah, I gotta go with my boys Alcorn. I think I'm gonna just ride with them. This is the first place team in the conference, but when they went on the road, lost to Bethune-Cookman. You can't do that. Lost to Grambling. But Grambling's pretty all right. The Bethune-Cookman loss is not gonna do it for me. You know what I'm saying? If you could lose to them on the road, you could lose to these boys. Alcorn, who's on a heater right now. I think I like Alcorn as the favorite. They're the favorite for a reason. This is the first place team in the conference, and this is starting off with Alcorn as a favorite. The books are telling us that these boys are gonna win. They already know how good Alcorn is as well. Give me Alcorn on the money line. We got Idaho State at Northern Arizona. Give me Northern Arizona on the money line. Grand Canyon 20-2 versus UVA, UVU, Utah Valley. Give me Grand Canyon. Give me Grand Canyon on the road. They're 6-1, very trustworthy. Give me Grand Canyon on the money line, and I will lay the 6 with them as well. I think they beat them by 10. Richmond at VCU, and I'm going with Richmond with them boys, Isaiah Bigelow and company. VCU, Max Shoga and them boys, we just rolled with VCU and they lost for us. Barely missing a cover though. But before then, they were on a fucking tear. When they played Richmond, it was last year. You know what I'm saying? I think they have a wake-up call against Richmond. They had one against George Washington at home and St. Bonaventure twice. Give me my boys Richmond. Give me my boys Richmond. Norfolk beat them at the crib. And McNeese beat y'all first game of the year. Give me Richmond. VCU is a fraud. Give me Richmond. Give me Richmond. Richmond's on the heater right now. Air Force at Boise. 12.5 fucking points. I don't believe in that. I like the under in the game. It's more than anything. It's going to be like 110, maybe 120s, 60-something to 50-something. Give me Boise to get the job done at home, but I like Air Force to cover the spread and the under. When it's a very low-scoring game, I like the underdog if they're getting double digits, if it's a good team like this. Give me Air Force plus 12 and the under. Rutgers at Michigan. Rutgers is the team who almost lost to Stonehill. I gotta go with Michigan just off that known fact. You damn near lost to Stonehill. Rutgers. Give me Michigan at the crib. I don't like Michigan either. I don't. If I had to pick a team, it would be Michigan. Give me now look at this one. Elon is coming into North Carolina A&T. I've been riding North Carolina A&T for the last 4 or 5 games after they beat Hampton the first time by 1 point. I gotta go with my boys, North Carolina A&T at home as an underdog. Elon is 1-8 on the road. This is a fucking lock. Give me North Carolina A&T on the money line. That's a lock. Radford at South Carolina Upstate, and they're only laying 1 point. Give me Radford. Give me Radford on the money line. It's a lock as well. Evansville at Valpo. Valpo is +1. Give me Evansville. I think Evansville's beat these boys by at least 10 or 6. Give me Evansville to lay up to 7 points. Bellarmine at UNC Queens. Give me I like what I've seen from Queens the last game. Give me Queens. I like Queens. Give me Queens on the money line. Morehead State at Tennessee Tech. Morehead is going to do the job. Give me Morehead, lay the big spread. Tennessee Tech at home. They lost to the Southern Indiana Screaming Eagle. They lost to some Indianimals. They lost to the Indianimals. Then they got beat by 30-2 to Tennessee State. Like, there ain't that good. How y'all losing to 32? Lost to EIU by 9. Lost to SIUE, Edwardsville, man. Then when you play Morehead, like I said, you lost by 25. Give me the Morehead boys to do it again. You're not asking for 20, we're asking for 12. They beat them by 25, 13 points over what they need. Give me Morehead State, 13 points of value. Give me Morehead State, lay the big number. Old Dominion at James Madison. James Madison laid a big spread. Troy at Georgia State. Troy on the money line. Coastal Carolina at Marshall. Marshall. They won last game? No. They lost to ODU twice. Only beat Georgia State and USM, Southern Mississippi. they played Coastal this year? Nope, they haven't played Coastal, but they've been pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Mm. They just pretty inconsistent though. That's the only thing with Marshall. They're inconsistent as fuck. They'll beat a good ass team, and then they'll struggle with a bad ass team the next game. They lost to Georgia Southern. I'm not doing anything with Coastal Carolina. It's Marshall or pass. I like Marshall first half money line. EMU at NIU, and we're gonna go with NIU at the crib with David Coit and Co. I think EIU is a beatable team for these boys. Yeah, you haven't played them either. Fresh ground. Give me NIU at home. I don't like NIU when they're playing anybody better than them. If you're playing anybody better than them, they're gonna lose. But if you're playing like a beatable team like Eastern Michigan, they win these type of games. Like DePaul, teams that's like a little bit below them. NIU will get the job done. The Citadel at ETSU, and I gotta go with ETSU at the crib. The Citadel is a pretty good team, but they not like how they were 2-3 years ago when they had Proche or David. I forgot dude's name, but Proche or Proche. That's when they were pretty good. Next up, Western Carolina's only laying 2 as a 16-16. Wofford is the team that burnt me again against VMI. And look at the fucking overtime. They went with overtime. The one time I picked Wofford, they go to overtime with VMI. This is how I lose. Bizarre shit like this, man, that you can't make up. Terrible fucking game. Last time you played Western Carolina, it was a 4-point loss. But Western Carolina pretty much dominated your guys from start to finish, and you brought it back in the second half, dressed up the scoreboard. Lost to Chattanooga at home by fucking 14. Lost to UNC Greensboro by 23. And they lost to Samford by 2. Wofford is too inconsistent. I'm not going to trust them with anything, any money. If you lost the fucking first half to VMI, all I needed was Wofford first half money line, and I would have hit a big ass ticket. That's the only team off is Wofford's first half, because you taking the VMI to overtime. Give me Western Carolina, man. I know Western Carolina has been on the losing slump. Last 5 games, they've only won 1 against VMI. You know what I'm saying? Any competition they played in the last 5 games, they lost 2. But before then, though, that's what matters. Look at this streak they were on. You know what I'm saying? I think this team is more than competent of beating this team again. Give me Western Carolina with the defensive edge. Hampton's getting 7.5 at Howard. Howard is a wishy-washy team. Lost to Morgan State. You know what I'm saying? Morgan State is ass. And you're losing to them by 14, laying 6 points. Terrible, dog. That's terrible. They also shitted on themselves a couple times. The Jackson State lost, shitted on themselves. They play Hampton 90-90. That's 92-80. I'm gonna fucking go with the over again. I'm going with the over again. The over has dropped in our favor. Give me the over. This was 170-point total last game. 20 points of cushion. Give me the over. Samford at Chattanooga. And I'm gonna go with my boys Samford on the money line. I'm not falling for Chattanooga's recent success. That's recent success. They've been super ass the whole year. It's a down year for Chattanooga. Give me Samford on the money line. They should not be the underdogs. Southern Indiana at Tennessee State. Gotta go with Tennessee State on the money line. Gotta go with Tennessee State on the money line. Gotta go with Tennessee State on the money line. USI is not that good. They're not gonna be a good Division 1 team. Give me Tennessee State on the money line first half. Little Rock, EIU. Give me EIU. North Dakota State versus North Dakota. It's a rivalry game. Give me North Dakota at home. Laying the 5. I'll take the 5. Tennessee Martin, UTM at SIUE. And I'm going to go with SIUE. UT Martin, they have a Division 2 loss. You know what I'm saying? I haven't forgot about that. Just like Furman. Furman is a fraud. Come this damn March time, I'm fading the fuck out of Furman. I hope they make it so I can fade them. Give me SIU Edwardsville on the money line at home. Lamar at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Give me Corpus Christi at home, but I like Lamar to keep it close though. Lamar could keep this game close. McNeese State at Southern at CLA. Give me Give me my boys McNeese, man. 19-2. They're just on a different tax bracket than CLA. Give me McNeese. The later 10 points. Stetson at Central Arkansas. Give me my boy Stetson. Them boys is mad nice. Them boys is way too good for the Central Arkansas dudes. But I like the over as well. This will be a 80-80 type of game. 80-90. Give me Stetson in the over. Western Illinois at SEMO. We got Western Illinois once again. Western Illinois keeps getting slept on by the books. We're going to keep making money off of them. That's what we're going to continue to do. Give me Western Illinois money line. Central Michigan at Bowling Green. Short, sweet, and simple. Bowling Green will win the game. Eastern Kentucky at Kennesaw State. Give me Kennesaw State to lose the game. But, man, when the EKU goes on the road, dog, they're a different team. I like EKU only when they're at home. Give me Kennesaw State. Actually, give me Kennesaw State at home. I'm only taking Eastern Kentucky at home. New Hampshire versus UMass Lowell. UMass Lowell is laying 10 points. That's too much points to lay against New Hampshire. Give me New Hampshire to cover the spread, UMass to win. FAMU at Alabama AMU, and I'm going to go with Alabama AMU at home. They've only won 3 games. FAMU probably is the slightly better team. Slightly better. But give me Alabama AMU. I think they wake up for this game for some reason. Jacksonville at Lipscomb. And Lipscomb is going to be a team that I'm looking to ride for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Give me Lipscomb first half money line. Holy Cross at Loyola, Maryland. Give me Holy Cross. I'm fading Loyola, Maryland every rip. Incarnate Word, New Orleans. Give me Incarnate Word. New Orleans is too hit or miss. They'll beat a team by 25, 21-point victory. The next game, they'll lose by 17. Give me my boys Incarnate Word to keep it close at least. Cover the spread. SFA at Tarleton State. Texans. Give me SFA on the money line, man. Shout out SFA. UTA, UT Arlington, hitting at a 10% rate on the road, 1-9 versus Utah Tech. And Utah Tech is the underdog. Give me Utah Tech at home. Excuse me. Colorado at Utah. Man, I fuck with Colorado heavy too. Utah is overrated to me, man. Utah is super overrated. They lost to Washington bad. Washington State bad. At home, they only won by 3. Beat Oregon State. Everybody's beating Oregon State. You only beat UCLA, you know what I'm saying, this year. You beat Washington State, like you are a different team at home. When you play these 2 teams on the road, you're getting shitted on. That's a sign of being a fucking fraud. You know what I'm saying? Give me Colorado to win the game. Colorado is way better than these boys. Much more, you know what I'm saying, prowess on the road. Much more prowess on both sides They don't just win at home or lose. You know what I'm saying? They could do both. Give me Colorado plus the 2.5. North Florida Ospreys at Austin P. Um, man, I like what I've seen from North Florida as of late, but give me Austin P at home with Emmanuel Hansel. He just that team has been pretty good at home, 7-1. I gotta ride with them. I gotta keep going with them. Southern Miss at Texas State, and I'm going with Texas State in this one. Southern Miss is all right, but they're overrated. Texas State is overrated, but they fucking did that to Sam Houston. I'll never count them out again. Give me Texas State plus the damn. Oh yeah, minus the 2. I'll lay the 2. Maryland at Michigan State. Give me the under. First of all, first things foremost, give me the under, and then give me Michigan to lose the game. Give me Maryland plus the 6.5. That's disrespectful to Maryland and Jameer Young and them boys. Jameer Young will turn up for them boys. I'm telling you. Take Jameer Young's point total over for Maryland. Next up, we got Georgia Tech at North Carolina State, and I think Bayandongo, their leading freshman scorer, Bayandongo or Bayandongo, however you pronounce it, he's gonna be out. Yeah, and Dongo's out. Give me North Carolina State to get the win on the money line. Coming off that huge North Carolina win. Huge North Carolina win. Give me give me NC State to slow them boys back down. When Ndongo comes back, that's when I'll be back on Georgia Tech. Notre Dame at Pittsburgh. Pitt is really not that good to be laying 10 points. I gotta side with Notre Dame to cover the spread, but um, I gotta go with Pitt to win the game, but Notre Dame to cover. BYU at West Virginia. Give me BYU to get the job done on the road. I don't like West Virginia since they lost to Monmouth, second game of the year. West Virginia, we did take them a couple games ago, but I'm looking to fade them today. Give me BYU first half money line. Cincinnati at Texas Tech. Give me Texas Tech at home. Them boys are real at Texas Tech. Auburn at Mississippi. They're going to favor Auburn every time. Give me Ole Miss. I'm fading Auburn. I'm fading Auburn. I've been fading them the last 2 games. Give me Ole Miss on the money line again. I'm fading Auburn today back home. Princeton at Brown. Give me the Bam Princeton Tigers to get the job done. Big time. Big time win for Princeton. They're hitting at a 70% clip on the road. 70% chance they win in all 10 of their road games. UC Davis at Cal Poly. UC Davis money line first half. Get them out the way. Towson at Hofstra, and I'm going to go with Towson to get the outright victory. I like Hofstra at home. I do. I like Hofstra. Towson is not really the best road team, but they beat Charleston in Delaware. You know what I'm saying? The only shitter was the Monmouth road game, and the Northeastern road game. But I think they got this one in the bag, man. Give me Towson to cover the 3. Columbia at Dartmouth. Give me Columbia. Lafayette at Army. Give me Lafayette. They've been on a tear since conference play started. Look like a completely different team. They started off their new year with the right mindset. South Florida at North Texas. And I'm going to go with the South Florida Bulls plus the 6. These lower scoring teams like Virginia, North Texas, Houston, I'm fading these type of teams coming late in the conference. Give me fucking South Florida to win the game. but I'm gonna take the 6 points just for extra value. Tulsa plus 17 at FAU. FAU still getting laying the big numbers like they've, you know what I'm saying, deserve it. Give me the damn Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. Is that what they are? The Golden Hurricanes. Like, what is a Golden Hurricane? I don't know, but give me the Golden Hurricanes to win to cover the spread. They ain't gotta win outright, but cover the spread. And I like PJ Haggerty on this team. PJ Haggerty, he will give you 20 points every fucking game. Take his point total over for PJ Haggerty. It should be 16 and a half. Maybe even 17 and a half if they went up. Northeastern at Stony Brook. I got to go with Stony Brook at home. Northeastern, it's a fraud on the road. Drake at Indiana State, and I'm going with Indiana State. 2 top teams of the conference. Drake is pretty damn good, but I got to go with Indiana State. Home court advantage, and they're undefeated on the road. Texas Southern at Prairie View. I'm going with Texas Southern. Prairie View A&M is a fucking choke. They ass lost to Alcorn when we faded them. I know how bad they are. Give me Texas Southern. Duke at North Carolina. Tar Heels at home after the weak 1 point loss to Georgia Tech. I think Duke comes in and makes I think they rub it in their face, man. Duke's gonna come in here and rub it in their face. But I think North Carolina has a little bit on the edge on the fucking home court. Give me UNC to get the damn bounce back win. Give me UNC to bounce back. Money line. But I like I'm gonna tell you how this gonna go. Duke gonna win the first half. Duke is gonna win the first half. Duke is gonna win that first half. But give me UNC to win the full game outright. Arkansas Pine Bluff at Mississippi Valley. 0-21. Give me Arkansas Pine Bluff. Pennsylvania at Yale. And we got to go with my boys, Yale. Yale is way better than Penn. Pennsylvania's ass. Terrible program. Terrible program. I don't know how they beat Villanova earlier in the year. That shows you how bad Villanova is. UC San Diego at Long Beach State. And I'm going with UC San Diego. San Diego has not been bad to us all year. We've been riding them since that comeback when they played Cal and they were down 20-something at halftime and they came back, lost by 4. That's the bread and butter of how San Diego's year has been going. They've been finding ways to just win games. UC San Diego is pretty damn good this year. Long Beach State is damn good too, but they're kind of inconsistent. Super inconsistent at that. Give me UC San Diego. Oregon State at USC. USC is laying 9.5. Oregon State losing to everybody. They 0-5 on the road. But I think Oregon State pulls up today. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna take Oregon State one more time, plus the 9.5. See what happens. Just because it's USC. Sacramento State at Portland State. Give me Portland State money line first half. Campbell at UNC Wilmington. Give me Wilmington at the money line first half. Atlanta 15. I think they win by at least 11, 12. Give me UNC Wilmington minus the 12, but not 15 though. And I like them first half money line. Presbyterian at High Point. High Point laying 16. 12-0 at home. Fantastic team. It's a bit much. Give me Presbyterian to cover the points. High Point to win. Cornell, who we just rode, they last game, they did their thing for me. Got the outright win against Dartmouth and Princeton and Brown and Penn. You know what I'm saying? They've been on this tear. They're 16-3. You know what I'm saying? And look at what these niggas did. They only beat Columbia by 3. Lost to Yale by 13. Lost to Brown at home. Lost to Princeton by 30. Give me Cornell 16-3 for a reason. 70% team on the road. versus a 70% team at home. Give me Cornell all day long. UMBC at Albany. Give me Albany on the money line. And I like the under. It should not be at 170, but I like the under. St. Francis, PA at LIU. And LIU is one of those weak ass teams. The Sharks. The Sharks. They really be out here though. They be on the money line sometime. Give me LIU. I think LIU get the job done today. SFPA is that bad. I'll take LIU. Give me LIU. Give me the Sharks. San Diego at Santa Clara. San Diego tried to keep it close last game. They ended up fucking losing bad like usual. But they did go over the spread like we said in the first half. 90-point total. We had the over on the first half. Every damn first half they've had this year is damn near went over. Even with this slow paced team in St. Mary's, they even went over with them. I like the over the spread in the first half. Point total over in the first half. Last 4 games for them has gone over as well. I like the over as the strongest play in this game, but I like Santa Clara to win by big number as well. I'll lay the 13 with Santa Clara and the over. Syracuse at Wake Forest. Hunter Salas. I don't think they should be laying 9 though. Give me my boys Syracuse. Man, I said this shit last game. I keep taking Syracuse, man. And they burned me bad last game. They looked like they were uninterested against Boston College, literally. Don't let this 5-point loss fool you. They did not lose by 5. They lost by like 10, 11. They were down 14, 12, 13 the whole fucking game, and they dressed up the scoreboard at the end. They played like shit. Literally. Like, they really played like shit. It scares me. 11-0 Wake Forest is coming in this one at home. Beat Virginia. Man, I like Wake Forest at home, man, but I don't think they win by 8.5. Hell no. Give me Wake Forest money line, but Syracuse to cover the spread. Florida State at Louisville. Give me Florida State. Iowa State at Baylor. Give me Baylor. Baylor at home. Give me Baylor. Weber State at Northern Colorado. Man, I just got to go with Northern Colorado. I ain't going to lie. Weber State is cool, but that's not one of their best years. And we've seen Weber State be the best in the conference. Not this year in the Big Sky. UNC. Northern Colorado for the win. Money line. Idaho at Montana State. And I'm going with Montana State. UC Riverside at Northridge. Give me Riverside to lose the game. Northridge is not no fucking 0-11 team on the road. Even though Northridge has been burning us, I think this is a get right spot. 7-3 at the crib. 70% clip they win. Give me Northridge at home. Denver at Oral Roberts. Denver just blew the fuck out of my shit the other day. Against Kansas City of all teams. Kansas City is terrible. UMKC. When they play UMKC, they lost by 17 as well. They lost to these goofies, both North Dakota teams. Yeah, I got to go with my boys, Oral Roberts, to get the job done at home. 80% at home versus 4-7 on the road. Seattle at Cali Baptist. Give me my boys Cali Baptist. But I like Seattle. Seattle is not bad, but not when they're on the road, though. Not when they're on the road. Cal Baptist is going to smack these boys. But when Seattle return home, I'll be betting them again. Middle Tennessee State at Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky is going to get the job done, man. 0-5. They've yet to show us that they could win a road game. Give me Western Kentucky money line. That's a lock. Pepperdine at Portland. Give me my boys in Portland. St. Thomas, Minnesota at UMKC. Every time I touch UMKC, they lose, and I fade them, they win. I don't like UMKC. I'm not gonna touch this game, but I will side with St. Thomas. I will side with St. Thomas. The one time I betted on fucking UMKC, they played Sacramento State. They're way better than Sacramento fucking State, y'all. And they lost. The only team that lost that day, of course. This is how I lose. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about, too. This is what I'm talking about. A Sacramento State team. This is who they lost to. Give me St. Thomas, Minnesota, man. I'm not going with UMKC. South Alabama at UL Lafayette. Lafayette all day. Give me them Raging Cajuns on the money line at first half. Wyoming at UNLV for the night slate. Give me UNLV to win the game, but I like Wyoming to cover. Wyoming is a hard team to handicap. They show super good signs of life, and then they go missing. Give me my boys with Wyoming to cover 9 points, but lose. Florida Gulf Coast at Northern Alabama. We just faded North Alabama. But I think we going on to North Alabama today. I don't like Florida Gulf Coast. Give me North Alabama to get the outright victory. Mississippi State at Alabama. Give me Mississippi State plus the 8. Alabama is nice. Don't get me wrong. I like the under more than anything. Give me the under, actually. Give me the under in this Alabama game. Tennessee at Kentucky, boy. Tennessee is the fucking favorite by 1 point. And I think Kentucky has enough firepower to take it there with these boys. Tennessee is not unbeaten. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not 19-4. They're not 19-1. They're beatable. You know what I'm saying? Give me Kentucky. In a hostile environment like this, it's hard to win at Kentucky. Give me Kentucky. Give me the blue. But I like Tennessee's chances to win as well. Give me Kentucky in the under. This shit should not be 160. This will be a very low-scoring game. Give me Kentucky to win the game, and the under is the strongest play. Texas, UT Rio Grande Valley. That shit is too long as an acronym. They should change that. But I'm going to go with Southern Utah. Way better team. I like the over in this game. This probably could be a 200-point game. 98 to fucking 94. I could see that. 97 to fucking 89. This is going to go way over the total. I see this game every year. This is always an over. Give me the over and Southern U to get the job done on the money line. Jacksonville State at New Mexico State. Give me New Mexico State at home. Liberty at UTEP. Give me Liberty on the road to get right. Even though they're 1-6, 1-5 on the road, they're gonna get right. Give me Liberty. Eastern Washington at Montana, and I'm going with Montana. Eastern Washington has found recent success, but it's only been recent. They've started off the year showing us who their true colors are. Give me Montana. Montana's a much better team. I'll lay the 3 points. Washington at Washington State. Washington State at Washington. Give me Washington on the money line. Washington State will keep this very competitive. You know what I'm saying? They will keep this game very, very competitive. Earlier in this year, they haven't played. But when you play Nevada at home, you shit it on yourself. I got to actually go to Washington State. Washington State is the much better team. That's what I meant to say, actually. Give me Washington State. They should not be the underdogs at all. That's a lot. Give me Washington State on the money line. Xavier at DePaul. Give me Xavier. Later 13. Hawaii at UC Irvine. Give me Hawaii to cover the spread. The night slates, Hawaii knows they only play at night. This is when they're at their best. If you catch Hawaii in the daytime, they're an automatic fade. Hawaii will cover the spread. Give me Hawaii to cover the spread. UC Irvine might win, but not by 8. They're gonna win by at least 4. Oregon at UCLA. Give me Oregon. UCLA is terrible. The worst UCLA team we've seen in the last 20 years, probably. UC San Diego at UCS Bakersfield, and I'm going with Bakersfield. I knew they were going to be the underdog. Yes, give me Bakersfield. This is a lock. We're gonna clean this nice slate up. Give me Cal State Bakersfield. Put that on a ticket with Oregon. We're gonna take Bakersfield, Oregon. Bakersfield, Oregon. Bakersfield, Oregon, and Washington State. Next up, we got Colorado State. On the road, laying 7 against Fresno. I'll lay it with Colorado State. Fresno is a nobody. Pacific at San Fran. San Fran's laying 23. I think the under and the overs are set a little bit too low. As you can see, this game was a 170-point game. Even though it went to overtime, it was still way over the total before then. As you can see, the point spread jumped up about 7-8 points from last game. Give me the over. That's the strongest play in this game. I love the over with San Fran. They could score like they're nobody's business. This might be at least like 100, maybe 97, 91 to fucking 66. It's going to be in the 150s at least. I think they still win by 23 as well. It's probably going to be 90 something to 60. I'm telling you. 90 something to 60. St. Mary's at Gonzaga. And to end the night off, y'all, very long slate. Appreciate y'all sticking with me. To end the slate off with Gonzaga, I'm going to go with St. Mary's. This is the worst Gonzaga team we've seen in recent memory. Gonzaga is still being priced like the big-time favorite they are, which they are been playing good. They're 16-5. It's not a down year for them, but it is a down year in the same breath. Give me St. Mary's on the money line to end the night off with the value. I know they're covering 4. I got to go with the money line of St. Mary's. Give me St. Mary's on the money line to end the night off. And it's your boy Yo. We're going to start some. If you made it this far, you deserve to hear this. I will be giving away $20 to a lucky subscriber. Comment down below your top 3 picks of the day. And if them bitches hit, show me proof. And I'll send you $20. You know what I'm saying? If we hit together, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to send you $20. Send me your top 3 plays in the comment. Comment right now your top 3 picks of the day. Top 3. Subscribe. You got to hit the notification bell and subscribe to be qualified. And if you hit your 3 picks and I hit my 3 picks that I give out, I'm sending you $20. You know what I'm saying? For being a mutual winner, a true winner. That's how we're going to end today's slate, man. Thank y'all for staying tuned. We're going to cook it up again every Saturday. Every other day we're going to be in this shit. I'm going to cook up some NBA for y'all as well. And the UFC busting tonight. Let's turn up, man. Stay tuned. Let's smack their ass. Hella games. Only need 4 teams, maybe even 5. Put 120 on that bitch. Put 5 on that bitch. Anything. You just need 5 teams. 5 locks. That's all you need. Don't overdo it. Let's win. Let's win. Let's win. Let's win. Let's be rich today. Let's get rich.